Ano ba yun? Nakamute pa pala.
Nakamute pa pala. Hi!
Hi everyone! Welcome. Teka, lagyan natin yung overlay natin. Tadaan! Diba? Bongga!
Yes.
Hi! Good afternoon everyone. Happy 10-10. Diba?
Yeah.
It's October 10. 10-10. How's everyone doing?
It's also World Mental Health Day.
World Mental Health Day. Okay,
yes.
Yeah. So, kamusta?
Still good. I'm still good. Living with you. It's alright.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. Okay, so welcome everyone. We'd like to wait for a few of our friends. Oy, shout out daw sa friend ko, si Shane. Hi, Shane!
Hi!
Ayan.
Yeah,
okay. Mag-share kami ng success stories dito. So, baka ma-inspire ka.
In the comment section, guys.
Yes, okay. So, happy Saturday to everyone. Happy 10-10. This, live is another fun kwentuhan session with all of you.
Yes, actually, we are now dubbing this the LoveStream by Stories After Swipe Right. So,
yan. Ang cliche ng kwentuhan.
Yeah, so, the LoveStream is how we can get more close to our listeners. It's how we can get, more connected to you outside of the recording studio, really, because in the podcast, we can only record for between 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And here we can talk as long as we want. So, you're welcome to engage us in real time. You're welcome to connect with us. You're welcome to, tell us your stories real time. Right. And we will be sharing some testimonials later as well.
That's true. Right? So exciting. So, first of all, if you have just seen our faces for the first time, yes. We are doing this live because we're a podcast that talks about dating, relationships, love, and all the fun and crazy in between.
Yes.
With Stories After Swipe Right. So we are on Spotify. My name is Em, and this is my amazing jowa. Babulay ko siya ng konti kasi nagkasakit siya ng isa.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was bad. But I'm all good now.
Awesome. Okay, so first of all, let's thank our listeners for everybody who listened to our season 1.
Yeah, we just released season 1.
Yeah.
Was it October? What was that? October last Saturday.
October 3.
October 3.
We released season 1.
We released 2 episodes of
right.
season 1, October 3. If you haven't gotten around to listening to it yet, it's a weekend anyway, so you can just sit back, relax, get a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Okay. And put on Stories After Swipe Right on Spotify. Today we have released 2 episodes. One episode is about what makes you swipe right.
Yes.
And the other episode is, the next episode, episode 2, is a particularly interesting episode because we have one of M's friends as a special guest. Okay, and it is an episode on online dating, but LGBTQ plus edition.
Yes, that's
so,
right.
So, friendship, diba?
Friendship.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So, that just like what Alex said, episode 1 talks about what makes you swipe right. It's like an introduction sa lahat ng friends natin who are interested in joining online dating apps, what to look for, or at least, our personal stories, what made us swipe right, or what we find interesting in a profile. So,
pet peeves din.
And pet peeves, yeah. So, there's this, who's it? Bianca, one of our friends, shared with us na yung favorite niyang part dun sa episode 1 is when we talked about yung sapiosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, diba? Sapiosexual and how ironic it is na minsan, even if they say they're sapiosexual,
and then you try to have an intellectual conversation, on a dating app, isang tanong, isang sagot lang sila. So that was particularly my pet peeve.
Yeah.
That I didn't like. So whenever I saw sapiosexual on a potential match's profile before, automatic na swipe left yun.
Grabe naman. What if naman talaga intelligent siya din?
Oh. Well, I don't know. I've had enough association with it. Just automatically swipe left.
Yeah. I don't also put that on my profile. But yeah, so that's interesting. If you want to listen to the full episode, of course, you can go to our Spotify at Stories After Swipe Right. So yung episode 2 with my good friend, si Eugene, LGBTQ+.
Hi, Eugene, if you're listening right now.
Yes. If you're watching, hindi tayo naka-podcast
ngayon. Ayaw nga pala. Sorry, naka-podcast. If you're watching pala, we're on video.
Yon. Alam mo, my favorite thing about yung LGBTQ+ edition na yon is when he shared na marami palang apps na alam mo na yun yung culture. Like, kunwari, hookup culture, ganyan. Yeah. And for LGBTQ+, it's different and yet very similar at the same time. Diba? So, kailangan lang din ng preparations, kailangan lang din ng connection and conversation just before you...
What really actually stood out for me when we were interviewing Eugene was that he... or I guess, in the LGBTQ plus community and dating apps, na may setting of expectations. And for me, that really stood out because, in our dating app world, not enough expectations are being fucking set out there, and for me, that's just such a time saver.
Okay.
To set all those expectations right away.
What if, somewhere along the way, magbago yung, magkaroon ng surprise? In the middle. Kunwari, set expectations, hook up lang to. What if, kunwari, good, and in love ka or something like that. Diba?
Did we ask Eugene that?
No, we didn't. But that's also an interesting conversation. Kasi I know a lot of friends, ganun sila, na para, okay, set expectations, ganyan-ganyan, para iwas heartbreak. Diba? So set expectations, and eto lang tayo, we're just physical, or I don't know, just for company. Pero somewhere along the way, nagkakaroon ng feelings. Yun yung mahirap, di ba? Paano ba ganon?
Okay. I think in the first episode, I explained something like that, pero kabaliktaran naman yung nangyari sa akin. So, date first, and the expectation is just gonna be a date. We're gonna have dinner, have a few drinks, and then, have a sexual conversation, whatever. And then it ended up being a fucking hookup. I was like, tapos nakalagay pa sa profile niya, not into hookups. I was like, I thought you were not into fucking hookups.
Yeah.
So, I guess vice versa.
Yeah, it happens. Kasi di ba minsan di mo naman talaga in-expect. And actually, maraming ganong stories. We'll share with you some of our listeners and our friends success stories sa online dating in just a little bit, right?
Yes.
In our season 1, we also introduced 2 new segments.
That's right.
Very
gonna be a little bit of a spoiler here, guys. If you haven't listened to our season 1 yet, but one of the main things that you should look out for is what we call our Stories After Swipe Right episode segment.
Yes.
Dami nangyayari sa Stories After Swipe Right. We got the
Masaya tayo kasi.
And now we have the our episode segment. So, as you all know, Em and I, as a couple, we are the co-hosts of Stories After Swipe Right. And the episode segments are sort of like our own thing.
Yes, parang our little input. Input sa episode.
So, the episode segment is, for example, my episode segment is called Ace Your Act with Alex.
Ace Your Act with Alex.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it about?
So Ace Your Act with Alex is about whether you're single or on a dating app or dating altogether, or you're married or you're in a relationship. It's all about, it's literally about acing your act. It's being the best person that you can be through actions for your significant other or for your date or potential match. That's what Ace Your Act with Alex is all about. And the first thing that I talked about in the first episode is asking empowering questions.
Okay.
Okay, because I remember the last time we did a live stream, it wasn't even called the LoveStream yet.
It was just live.
Was that we did a post-launch celebration of our pilot episode.
That's right.
So, iba pa yun sa season 1. So, there are actually 3 episodes up on Spotify now. So, the first 2 episodes of season 1 and the pilot episode. And I remember in the pilot episode, I promised to talk about asking empowering questions. And dun ko siya pinlove sa season 1, episode 1. Mm-hmm. And the question that I talked about is, kasi mainly we talked about singles on dating apps.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
Dun sa episode na
dun sa episode 1. Nothing really about
couples.
Yeah. Okay, so my episode segment, Ace Your Act with Alex, talked about how you can make your significant other happy. You know, if you're in a relationship, and by asking him or her a particular question. What can I do to make your day better today?
Right.
Yes. So it's a question where if you ask it, it makes your partner feel like that they are a priority, that you're putting them first. And that's something that you're going to want to ask every day and actually do every day anyway. So I talk about that in brief detail. I think that episode 7 is like 50 seconds long. It's like a commercial break.
Commercial break lang siya.
You know, so we wanted to fill that gap in. Wala pa kasing mga sponsors. Naghihintay lang kami yung sponsor ni OKC, Tinder, and Bumble. Guys, all right?
Wink, wink.
And so for now, we're going to put our episode segments in, and what you can expect from my segment is, how you can really put yourself into proper action in a relationship or with a potential match, whether you're dating. So there you go. That's me. That's Ace Your Act with Alex.
Yes. So that's wonderful. Ano yung question? Para ma-practice nila. Ano yun?
What can I do to make your day better today?
Okay, so sa partner mo, you should ask that. What can I do to make your day better today?
Yes. What can I do to make your day better?
Tanungin mo na kadali.
So what can I do to make your day better? Hindi ko pa pala
Hindi mo naman ako tinatanong.
Mamaya, pwede kong tanongin mamaya.
Joke lang, yeah. But I think it's very important that we know how to ask empowering questions to our partners because hindi naman palagi na, they know what we need or that they can figure out how we feel. Diba? Right. So it's always very helpful to ask empowering questions. I think that's very helpful.
Yeah, and also at the same time, of course, you should know what makes your partner's day better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should already know that and have the initiative to do that.
Oh.
Okay, but let's say you're in a position where you have no fucking clue.
Yeah, or you just want to be sure.
Yeah, at a certain part of the day, you're not particularly sure what your partner is feeling, and you just want to, be blunt and ask him or her, ano ba yung kailangan gawin? To make you feel better right now, or make your day better right now. What is it that I need to do?
That's true.
There you go.
Yes, and my episode segment is called Empower with M.
Empower with
Power. Yes. Kasi ako, personally, advocate talaga ako ng women empowerment, especially sa dating. Okay? Kasi we know that we know naman na us girls were very kasalanan to ng Disney joke. For making us believe in fairy tales, you know what I mean? Diba?
Okay.
Pero yun nga, parang I would like that episode segment to be a segment where women can find empowerment, can find strength, ganyan, and inspiration to hold their own in dating and in relationships. So, to maneuver, right? Maneuver. Oh,
that's a good word.
Right? Dating with strength and grace.
Yeah.
Okay? Kasi nga, we don't want ako personally, I want all the women out there to present themselves in a way that always upholds their dignity. Yun, diba? Kasi,
Big words.
oo, totoo naman yun. Kasi diba, minsan sa dating, parang gusto mo lang, basta
Sige,
mauubos, mauubos ka, you're depleted, you give your all, tapos hindi naman pala worth it. Diba? So, last episode, I talked about burning bridges. Very controversial topic. A lot of people would say, katulad ni Eugene, sinabi niya, he doesn't burn bridges.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you'll never know. Diba? Baka mamaya, a good friend, or baka you might find yourself needing to talk to this person, or, baka horny ka lang.
Yeah, you might need a booty call.
Diba? Even, whatever reason. Ako lang kasi, what I share dun sa Empower with M is when to burn bridges. Dapat alam natin, okay?
So, hindi lang basta-basta.
Hindi lang basta mag-keep, okay? Hindi lang naman basta mag-burn ng bridges, okay? I believe that we should practice our judgment. So, I mentioned in that episode segment na if a person is toxic or costs your sanity so much, parang hindi na masyadong healthy sa life mo, that's when maybe you should light that match and burn that bridge. Okay? Kasi nga, World Mental Health Day. Diba? So, hindi natin kailangan ng mga tao na what would make us feel like we're difficult to love. Yan ang palagi kong sinasabi.
That's true. Let those burn bridges light the way.
Yes, you mentioned that, right, in that episode. So burn bridges because sometimes they light the way, right? And ako din, yun nga, sometimes kasi you have to know when it's time to let, say, a person go or let a relationship go. If it's not helping you grow anymore, diba? If it's causing you so much pain or, nawawala yung peace of mind mo, then maybe it's about time to just burn that bridge.
For sure. There's a lot of freedom that actually comes along with it. I know there's a quote floating around on Facebook, or was it on Instagram, but it goes a little something like, strength is not a matter of how much you can carry, but it really is a matter of how much you can let go. So obviously I paraphrase that. But strength is not a matter of how much you can carry, but how much you can actually let go.
That's true. Yeah. Right. So I think that's wonderful because, yun nga, wala naman masama. Kailangan mo lang malaman when it's time to save yourself instead of save the relationship.
It's true.
Diba?
That's a good topic for another episode.
Oh, we're going to talk about that for sure. Diba? When is it a good time? When is it time to save yourself instead of save the relationship? Pakisulat mo yan.
Okay, huwag mo sigawan.
Joke lang, ikaw naman. Ayun, so that's Empower with M, and hopefully, we give you guys inspiration. We empower all the ladies out there to really hold your own in dating and in relationships. So again, we'd like to thank all of you for. Talagang sinusulat mo.
I don't want to forget.
We'd like to thank everyone for joining us in our season 1, first 2 episodes, diba?
Yes. So what we're gonna do is we want to try to release. No, we won't. We don't want to try to. We will release. Okay, we will not disappoint. We will release 2 episodes per month.
At least.
At least. So we had already released 2.
Yeah.
We want to release episode 3 before the month is out, and at the same time, we also want to be doing 2 love streams.
Yeah, maybe
a month as well to help you guys process the episodes that we put out there, and to also once again be more connected with you guys.
Be more connected.
Okay. Want you guys to see the faces behind stories after swipe right. Okay, I know our voices are sexy. Just want you to know our faces are sexy. Okay, so and also get some real-time feedback from you. So our podcast, Stories After Swipe Right, it's listener-centered.
Yes.
So we design our episodes with you
In mind. Yeah, that's wonderful. And speaking of our listeners, we are so happy that all of our listeners are starting to share their success stories in online dating. Okay? Kasi nga, we mentioned dun sa episode 1 that one of the reasons why we decided to launch Stories After Swipe Right is because we want to normalize online dating, diba?
Sure.
A little bit. It's still a little bit taboo in the country, at least. Parang feeling nila, if sa online dating mo nahanap yung partner mo, hindi siya kasing tibay ng na-meet mo, somewhere else or as a friend, ganyan. And we want to break that stigma. We want to normalize. Tama ba yun? Normalize ba? Or, yeah, I guess normalize. Yeah, online dating. Diba? So we're gonna share some success stories from our listeners. Okay, wait lang, meron akong slideshow para dyan.
God, I may slide.
Diba? No, we are so grateful for these listeners who have shared their stories with us. Okay, sige, share screen lang ako. Ta-da! Yan. Teka. Oh, diba? Teka, tanggalin lang natin yung ating banner for a little bit. Okay. Ayan. So, si Colleen and si Kevin. Okay. Colleen sent us a message on Instagram.
Hello, by the way, if
you're watching. Colleen, if you're watching.
Thank you for sending this.
Sobrang cute ng story niya. Colleen and Kevin, they met on Tinder. Okay. And they're now together for 2 years. O, diba?
Nice.
So, ang kwento ni Colleen, so nag-match sila ni Kevin, pero sinabi ni Kevin, setting expectations up front, he's not done flipping skirts. Oh, bongga.
I'm sorry, what?
Flipping skirts. Yun yung term na. In short, gusto niya pa mag-date around.
I see.
Okay? He's not ready for anything serious.
Okay.
And si Colleen was like, okay, cool, even if I like you, even if I think you're cute, I feel like that's fine. Walang problema. And Kevin said, when I'm ready to get serious, I'll come back to you.
Hey, my man. Yeah.
Okay? Diba? So ako
Okay.
naman, in my head, I'm like, wow. Diba? Parang way to set expectations. And si Colleen, good thing, she didn't naman mope and wait around. She also lived her life. Yeah, lived her own life, really explored and really made the most out of her singleness. Yeah. So, ganon. And then, Kevin eventually came around. And then they started dating. Sinusundo siya palagi. Ganyan. And now, they're together for 2 years.
That's amazing.
Diba? Ang ganda ng story nila. So, I think from that story, what I could pick up is, it's good to really be transparent with your expectations, with where you're at the moment. And if this person is a match in terms of, what you want, what you're looking for, they'll come around.
Yeah, and great. What I picked up is that, there's a perfect time for everything as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe Kevin wasn't yet equipped to be with Colleen, and Colleen wasn't yet equipped to be with Kevin until
That's true.
they had experienced the things that they needed to experience in singledom, if that's a word.
Ang dami. Singlehood, singleness, singledom.
Okay.
Lahat na.
If that's a word.
Pagiging single, yun na lang.
Until finally, they came to.
Yeah.
And then they came together.
Yes. And also, that's a risk that Kevin took. Kasi what if, while he was, dating around, may dumating na iba for Colleen? That's the risk.
Yeah.
And in the same way, if Kevin was dating around and then he found someone else, then iba na yung story. Pero yun nga yung sinasabi ko, again, hindi man natin ma-explain. If para sa'yo talaga.
I knew you were going to say that.
Some universe shit.
Yeah, man. But you know what? There's just always going to be a risk in everything. Just be, even if you were not on a dating app.
Yeah.
It could be the same situation anyway.
Yes. I remember not sure if na-mention niya sa'yo last time. We met with my friend. Si Lena. Lena, hi. Diba, yung mga friends, gusto niya, friends muna before mag-blossom into something, diba? Pero it's the same risk din diba? Parang while you're in that friendship stage, maraming pwedeng mangyari.
Exactly.
Like, you could meet someone, they could meet someone, and kahit pa maghintay ka, it'll be all over, right? Nakita pala si Lena. Hi!
Ayan!
Sorry, nabanggit namin yung kwento mo. Sorry na po. Ay, ayan si Colleen! Hi, Colleen! Oo,
Thank you for
ayan.
sharing your story.
Thank you for sharing your story with us. Hi, Colleen. Ayan. Okay, ayan. So, I feel like, the right person will be there for you and you will meet them sa time na ready kayo pareho. Do you believe in that?
Yeah. Of course, it also, like what I mentioned before, it also depends on your intention when you get on that dating app.
Tama. Whatever your intention.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So again,
Thank
thank you, Colleen, for sharing your story with us. And then I have another story. Ayan. Diba? Wait lang. Tricky. Okay, there. Ayan. So, my good friend from training. Yeah, we met on OKC.
Nice.
Diba?
Oh,
Sia L and si
Sorry,
Ricky.
this is the first time I've seen it.
Okay, Sia L and si Ricky. So, Yael and Ricky met on OKC and they were together for 2 years and now they're married. Almost 1 year na.
Congratulations.
So, ang cute kasi si Yael shared with me that yung nag-swipe para sa kanya, yung best friend niya, parang they're like, Yael, we should find you a match. Ganyan sila. And so,
best friends.
Best friend swipe for Ricky. And they matched on OKC, and Sia L, she felt like, they're very similar. Oh, yay, hi, L! Hello!
Are you there?
Oh,
hey!
Yeah. Ayan. So, she felt na parang, very interesting si Ricky kasi nga, they're both nerds, sabi niya.
Really?
And they talk about things na, I would assume, hindi a topic na medyo challenging pag-usapan kung hindi mo talaga ka-match. We're talking about Star Wars and geeky stuff, right? So if you're a person...
That's an acquired taste.
Exactly, diba? So doon mo malalaman na what ka-match mo talaga siya. If you're able to talk about these things na hindi madaling, kumbaga, hindi agad-agad nahahanap in a match.
Yeah,
diba?
so hang on. Together for 2 years, married for 1 year. So after a year, then you guys got married. That's badass.
I think, yeah. So, si Ricky, he's not in the Philippines.
Oh, really?
Oo, so may LDR factor sila. But Yael, she goes to the US from time to time, visits
Nice.
Ricky in Las Vegas. Tama ba yun, Yael? Diba? So,
you want us to talk about LDR in the next maybe
na-survive
episodes?
nila yung LDR.
Yeah.
Kasi I guess, they're at a certain age na very mature, kayang-kaya na i-handle yung LDR. Hindi na, tawag doon? Sentimental gush. Yan. Hindi na sentimental gush.
Sentimental gush.
Yung
This is the
relationship.
first time I'm hearing that too.
Ayun. Sentimental gush, yung puro cheesy lang.
Ah,
So, hindi na ganon
okay.
yung definition nila ng love, ng relationships. So, it was easy to survive LDR. Ayan, may shinare si Yael. Ang sabi ng best friend niya that swiped right for her after the first date, I came back and did start off. It's not gonna work because nga LDR. Tama ba? Oo. But look at them now. They're married.
I know.
Diba? May kinakwento nga si Yael kanina na parang, when she would visit Ricky, parang kunwari nag-workout si Ricky, and then si Yael was just doing her own thing kasi nga dumating sila sa isa't isa at a point na they're very whole, alam na nila, kilala na nila yung sarili nila.
Yeah.
So they don't need to morph into someone else to fit into the other person's life.
I love that.
Si Yael was like reading a book, I think, in the workout na nag-workout si Ricky, and people were asking, oh, ba't di mo siya pinapanood mag-workout? And yeah, I was like, why? Okay lang naman, I'm good here. Tsaka may sarili daw silang workout sa bahay.
There you go.
If you know what I mean. Wink, diba? Ayan.
Oh, she said something else.
Oh, this is beautiful. She said it's a slow burn, not the fireworks.
Wow.
Slow love.
Quotable quotes.
Diba?
Yes, slow love. We talked about that.
We talked about focusing on slow love.
That's what matters most in the long term. Really.
Yeah, I think that's the stable kind. Yung hindi ka, alam mo kasi when you're like namamatay sa kilig.
Yeah.
Versus very sure, secure, there's peace of mind, and you know that it's something very stable.
However, getting there, getting to that slow burn or slow love is a whole different phase altogether. At first you feel like everything is happening so fast. You feel like 5 days seem like 5 minutes. Ang bilis ng oras lagi pag kasama mo yung partner mo. Until what really matters is yung slow love, yung slow burn na yun, kasi nandun yung security.
That's true.
Where you feel like I don't have to rush. There's no pressure. I can be myself. I can do my own thing and trust my partner to have my back and support me the entire way.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
You don't. Sobrang cheesy nito, but that's actually how I felt about you.
That's cheesy as
hell. No, I know, but seriously, sabi ko na, di ba may disclaimer na ako, cheesy to But that's for real. Every time my friends would ask me about, how are you and Alex, and ganyan, how's the relationship? I'm like, it's super steady. It's not yung lunod kind of kilig. Because I know what that is. Yung parang sobrang butterflies in your stomach. Hindi ka you take your mind off of the relationship of the high, of the cloud nine. But at the same time, nakakatakot kasi alam mo that's not very stable. Yeah, so that's with true. You, I felt like it was sure, secure. I told you about this, diba? Sure, secure.
You did.
No matter how big the step is, it feels like the next logical step.
Oh my God.
Boom! Kiligin ka. Paano ka kiligin?
Okay.
But yes, so I think it's important to look for that.
Ngayon mo na ako napakaligo.
Pretty
long time.
Ano
Be a slow burn. Okay. 1 kilig per month. Okay. Ganun ka slow yung burn namin.
Yes. But thank you, Al, for sharing. And we're happy that you also met on OKC because we also met in OKC.
That's right, man.
And okay. So, hi, Rona.
Thanks for watching.
Yes. So there. So I think it's good to find that kind of love of yung very stable, secure, and sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Right.
So
I
have another.
Do we have one more?
Yeah, our good friend from Podcast PH. O, diba? Our good friend si Roma Meklat. Yung husband niya, they met on a dating app called Tag. Okay? Yung Tag, sobrang luma na nun.
Tag.
As in, panahon pa yun ng MySpace.
What? What year was that, man? I think I was in fucking grade school. Not to say anything about that, but I just Tag. Okay, sige.
Yon, so panahon daw siya ng MySpace. Si Roma shared with us that nung time na na-meet niya yung husband niya, she was also in that stage in her life na gusto nilang mag-date. Okay?
Sorry, teka lang. Together 2 years, married
for
10 years.
Yeah.
Isip ko tama yung nababasa ko. Married for 10 years.
Tama.
Well done.
Diba? Kaya nga success story.
Oh my God.
Diba? Kaya nga siya success stories. Okay? So, yun nga. So, si Roma and yung hubby niya met on Tag. And back then, Roma was, still in that stage in her life that she just wants to date around, explore, form her own identity, I guess, and, really refine what she's looking for. And so, parang in her head, sabi na, magde-date lang ako, but not get into a relationship. Pero sinabi ni Lord, joke lang, here's a guy that you're gonna marry for the rest of your life.
Shake your life up a little bit, you know.
Diba? So, ganon. And now, so they met, talagang naging persistent yung husband niya now. And then she decided that, okay, I think this is the person that I wanna get to know more. And so, dinrap niya lahat ng mga dinidate niya dati, focused on this person.
Drop them all.
Drop! Siyempre, diba?
Exclusive, naging exclusive.
In short, naging exclusive sila. And then they got together and now they are married for 10 years.
That's amazing.
Diba?
Wow.
Sobrang success story. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko na it's not about na-meet mo ba siya online or hindi. It's really just about how you handle the relationship or like, you know, after the getting to know stage.
Yeah, I mean, in tagged MySpace times, I'm not even sure how long ago was that, but I think
high school
we found,
ka pa.
probably, yeah.
I think I'm high school pa.
I think we found our next guest speaker.
Oh, yes. By the way, Roma has her own podcast.
Yes.
If you want to check that out. She has awesome content. You can check her out on the Roma Miklat podcast. She's also on Spotify, diba? Yeah. So
I think we also have another testimonial, real time from Rona as well. Also met her partner in OKC.
Oh yeah, share it with us.
All
I
right.
know OKC really should sponsor us.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep saying it. Okay, I'm gonna keep bugging those guys. Kung sino nakakilala sa HR ni OKC, send nyo sa email ko.
Yeah,
all
share it with us, Rona. We're happy to share your story.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
My friends come from Long Ridge family.
Hi. Okay.
Si
Hi, Pogs. All right. I became one of the speakers for Long Ridge before. I think I talked about stress management. Good to see you here.
Ayan, pa-shout out na.
Hi. Yeah, shout out to Coach Pogs sa Long Ridge. Nice to see you here. Heart as well. Okay. Anyone else want a free shout out? Feel free to comment while you're here. That's what we're here for. Remember, we're here to connect with you guys.
Yes.
This is not just about relationships and dating, okay? We're here to really connect with all of our listeners, wherever you're coming from.
Ayan. So those are some of our listeners who shared with us yung mga success stories nila sa online dating. And I think that's very beautiful because it only tells us na pwede talaga. Hindi siya kailangan maging taboo. It doesn't need to be looked down upon, which is sometimes, what happens. So,
yeah, it's as simple and not as simple as changing your mind about how one views online dating.
Yeah, that's right. So, it's really a wonderful thing. Tingnan mo, si Roma, 10 years na sila married. Si Yael, they met on OKC. They made the LDR work. Now they're married for 2 years, diba?
Yeah. Kevin and Colleen.
And
si Rona as well.
Diba? So,
awesome.
I think it also speaks a lot about how you ready yourself. May friend din ako. Si Teacher Julie. Hi, Teacher Julie.
Hi.
She's my head teacher dati sa tutorial center.
Oh, really?
Right?
Look at her now.
Teacher Julie, may jowa na ako. Ito pala yung jowa. Kasi kami ni Teacher Julie, we were talking about before na, yun nga, parang we're single, we'll probably be single for the rest of our lives.
Oh.
And then, may mga funny stories kami. But anyway, hi, Teacher Julie. Thank you for watching us today. So I think, going back, it speaks a lot about how you ready yourself to meet that person. Kasi if you're just out there looking for that, say, the one, and wala lang, you're not doing any internal work, parang, are you gonna be ready? Will you know how to handle him, her, when she comes? Will you be ready when you meet them?
And for some, that might actually sound a little bit intimidating, to ready yourself, right? And I guess one thing that you can start doing is, Ricky's here. Hey, man. How are you?
Si Yael, they watched us.
Nice. I'm glad you could make it, guys.
Yes, thank you guys for, sharing
We
your
just talked
stories
about you. I hope you're able to see it. And this is recorded anyway. They can watch it after, right?
Okay.
So I'm going back. It's, other than what might seem to be intimidating for others, like the thought of making yourself ready for the one, or the one. Just be open to whatever experiences that is out there for you.
True.
Broaden your horizon. It's easier to be open than to be ready. It's actually easier to be open.
Be open. Yeah, that's right.
It's easier to be open. And then, in that process of being open, of having your horizons broaden, and then you can, put together the pieces of how you can be more ready, or how you can put yourself in a position where you can find the one.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
actually, I think that's something that we could talk about.
Absolutely.
Sino ba?
Absolutely.
Sino ba ako? Sino ba ikaw? Before, sorry, this is super impromptu, guys. Parang sino ba ikaw? Sino ba ikaw? Sino ba ako? Before
we met. Yeah, before we swiped right.
Yeah, before we swiped right. Okay,
diba?
Pwede ba yun? Just to, para at least meron din tayong testimonial doon.
Ikaw, do you want to go first? I go first?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one who brought it up. Okay, so obviously, the reason why I can say, be open first before you can become ready is because I wasn't totally open before. In fact, I would consider myself a little bit lucky. I had only been using dating apps before for the better part of, I don't think more than 3 years. I think maybe 2.5 years before I met the one, right? So, okay, all right, yeah, too early in husband, right? So, you know what I'm saying, guys? So I don't have that much experience in dating apps. However, my experience is fucking intense. Okay, so the quantity of the time might not have been that long, but the quality of it and how I was able to learn from and process my experience in dating apps really put my life into perspective. So I was able to organize a lot of things, right? But I guess, if you had met me in my roaring 20s that decade, that would have been fucking, I'm 31 now. if you had met me in my 20s, that would have been a totally different, I think I can seriously say that I don't think we would have still probably matched on a dating app, but I can honestly say that I don't think we wouldn't have gotten together. Especially the years 28 and below. I can really say that I had just taken my life really seriously, or just taken my life, seriously, when I turned 28. I don't know if you saw a recent post that we had on our page about our episode segments, Ace Act with Alex and Empower with M. One of the quotes that I had shared in that particular post is to have a fucking vision. There's nothing more attractive than someone or a potential match who has a vision for themselves. And when I turned 28, that's when I had a vision for myself. When it comes to, my profession, my personal life, all of those huge goals larger than me, that's when I also started doing the inner work that helped me to become ready, or help me to equip myself to be with M today. To be where we're at today. So good, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
So I just want to quickly say hi to Jessica.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica.
Hello.
And to Ayana, my good friend from high school.
Hi.
And Celia L shared something very nice. She said, I think also you need to know what you want in a partner. And you can reflect well on what your previous relationships have taught you on what you want in someone as a partner.
All part of being ready, for sure. But once again, it's all about trial and error first. If you're not open to actually put yourself out there, it's difficult to discern what you really want.
That's
You know what I mean? I mean, in the beginning, you can say, okay, I want this and that. But until you have experienced that thing, how can you really know if that's what you really want?
That's true.
Or that's what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate that. You know, all part of the process of being ready. Knowing what you want, being open as well. And then, you know, guys, you'll get there.
Yeah,
You'll get
that's
there.
true.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Ako naman, just like what you have shared also. Siguro if you've met me...
You see, your turn to basket. I like to hear it.
You know what?
Shut muna.
If you siguro have met me way before...
Like how? How long?
Yun nga, I'm careful with the time.
Oh,
Kasi
friend,
you would not have met
20
me
years
kasi
before.
I was in a very long-term relationship, diba?
Oo
So,
nga pala.
it was impossible.
Can you share that again?
Yeah,
For the sake of
so
our listeners.
before my last relationship, before I met Alex, I was with that person for 9 years. So matagal talaga. Ano ka ba? Mabilis lang yung 9 years kung iisipin kapag nandun ka sa relationship. But
That's true.
when you're now outside, you'd be like, oh, that's 9 years of my freaking life. But it's good. It's all good. Just like what Yael said. Your previous relationships will teach you what you want, what you don't want, and it will teach you so many things about yourself. Diba? So that's a very precious time for me. But if you've met me then, siguro you wouldn't also, kung ikaw ngayon who you are, gaano ka kabuo, gaano ka may vision ngayon, met me.
I would not have went for you, especially if you were in a relationship.
Obviously. But kunwari lang, my
sige,
personal state. My personal state then. Okay. I was still very immature. I was still very, say selfish, ganyan. Pseudo-selfless. Alam mo yung ganon? Selfless ka to bank favors. Yun, diba? Kasi nga, gusto ko, nung time na yun, hindi ko pa naiintindihan how to manage a relationship na healthy, harmonious, ganyan. So, it was a struggle. So, I think you wouldn't like me then. Kasi baka ma-impatient ka sa akin.
Well, you know,
pabebe ko.
other than the fact that you're in a relationship.
Oh, yo.
Okay. But, who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows? I did not know who you were back then. But what I can say is that, you know, I respect what you've been through, whatever it is you've been through. I appreciate your past relationship, especially that 9-year relationship, because all of that had equipped you to be able to deal with me now.
Yeah.
I use the word deal because, you know, in most days it looks like that.
Yeah, so,
okay.
you know, and I think it's important to share that with our listeners and our viewers today. Kasi don't be scared. Kaya tulad ng sinabi mo, be open kasi lahat to, if it works out, if it doesn't work out, it's gonna contribute to how rich your experiences in life, and that will equip you to know how to handle when, say, the one comes, diba? And I remember nga, before we got together, Diyos ko, nakakatawa kasi yung friend ko, remember, si April. April, if you're listening, hi.
Hi, April.
So si April, yung friend ko, she's one of my best friends, and parang kaming single. So, I remember, kaka-lockdown pa lang yata. And sabi ko, rest muna tayo, wag muna tayo mag-date. Ganun ko siya. Kasi sabi ko, parang yung year before, marami talagang dinate. Like, I dated around. Kasi I wanted to know. I wanted to explore. Ganyan.
Didn't you have that goal? Share mo naman yung goal.
Yung goal ko, 2020, just to share. Start of the year, sinabi ko sa two friends ko, si Lena and si Lara. Hi. Sabi ko, this year, magde-date ako ng 100 guys.
You're looking at the 100.
Equivalent of 100. 100 guys. Why? Kasi gusto ko lang mag-date around. Ayoko lang ma-attach. Gusto ko lang, kasi ako very emotional, madali akong madali akong ma-attach, madali akong mag-role play in my head, whatever, ganyan. So, gusto ko i-practice na hindi na ako maging emotionally attached. So, magde-date around ako, dapat 100 guys this year. Wala lang. Gusto ko lang, the least that I'm gonna get is a free dinner. Sabi ko, well, 100 guys. Ayun. But, I think personally, yun nga, katulad ng sinabi mo, it's important to be open. So nung time na yun, I felt like emotionally, I was already there. Medyo okay na ako. Okay. Kailangan ko lang practicein kung paano, kung sino, kumbaga, kailangan ko direct yung, sabi niya, sorry, nag-distract ako.
Did you do the math?
That's what I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, 25 a quarter, that's not so bad. Kaya ko nga, ano eh, 3 in a day. Charot! Joke lang.
Parang kang si
Si Eugene.
In episode 2.
Diba?
Okay.
But yeah, that was my goal initially. Pero yun nga, I really felt like I was ready. I had so much love to give and no one to give it to. Yes, nakaka-relate yung iba dyan. Alam ko yan. So much love to give, but no one to give it to. So because nandun ako sa stage na yun, wag na lang muna. Let's just keep it. Ganon. Pero hindi ko sinasabi na parang I was lost or I was needing, someone. Okay lang. But it's there. It's ready for that, outpour.
For sure.
And spiritually, mentally, I think I was in a good place. Kasi nga, sobrang colorful ng past year ko. Ang dami ko na-experience. So many people I've met. I've been to so many countries, literally, and then met a lot of people. I have a vision for what I want to do in my life, in my career. Parang I'm good. But, syempre, yung character ko as a person, gusto ko talaga may partner. Kung pwede, Lord, di ba? Pero Lord, kung pwede, di ba? But, hindi naman ako parang, mamamatay kung single. Okay lang naman. Wala naman problema. And I felt like, when I found you, nakita kita, you stood out because I was already in that vicinity. You get mo ba? Yung parang, nandun na ako sa vibration. Yes, universe. Nandun na ako sa stage na yun na parang, nakita kita. I saw you. You know what I mean? So I think it's important to take some time for yourself to really know all these things, be open to all of the experiences. Kasi at the end of the day, it is what will equip you.
For sure.
I-share mo naman yung dinescribe mo sa akin kay Eugene. It's probably the best compliment I've had in my life.
What was that again?
Yung sa lahat ng dinate mo.
You want me to say that on air?
Joke lang.
Shit.
Oh, yun.
So, we were out with our guest speaker.
Mm-hmm. After recording the episode.
Episode 2. Once again, it is online dating, LGBTQ plus edition. All right. If you haven't listened to it yet, please go on Spotify and do so.
Yeah.
While we have time this weekend. And as I was talking to Eugene, Em was there. I was just, pretending she wasn't. But obviously, I know she was there. I know she was there. And what I said was, Em, siya yung pinakabuo na dinate ko. Is that what I said?
Pinakabuo.
Yung pinakabuo.
Honestly, that's the best compliment I have ever received from a guy. Kasi it speaks a lot about my journey.
And your self-care.
Yeah, and self-care. It speaks a lot about my journey. It speaks a lot about how I took care of myself.
and that speaks a shitload about my taste. That means what? I've been dating a lot of broken fucking people.
Pero, you know what I mean? Parang sobrang accomplishment yun para sa akin.
For sure,
kasi
yeah.
I've been through shit. You know? And to be able to not fix yourself, but like make yourself whole and better and a newer version. That's wonderful, and I think that's important kasi sorry for the term, but like I didn't need you to do that for me. We met in a time na andun na tayo pareho. I think that's good.
To be fair, I wasn't doing that for you.
Oh, see, sabi ni Yael, I love how Alex saw that about you. Diba? So, it speaks a lot about how it's important to really do the internal work first.
The inner work, yes.
Yeah,
extremely
diba?
important. Extremely important. And for the ladies, I just want to continue, expound on what Em also said, that it's okay to have all that love within you and no one to give it to yet. you can give that shit to yourself.
You do. You can
Yeah.
totally give that love to yourself.
That's right.
Very cliche talaga. Ako nung single ako, nasusuka ako pag sinasabihan ako ng ganyan. It's a time to love yourself.
Okay.
Nasusuka talaga ako kasi parang you guys don't know that I can love myself while I love someone. May time na gano'n na nasusuka ako sa ganong advice from people. But at the end of the day, I've realized na, oh nga, it's really better to have, sabi ni Ayana, a pretty solid relationship with yourself.
That's badass. Thank you.
Thanks, Yani. So, totoo yun. It really will really help you be steady. Para yun nga, mahanap mo yung gusto mo. Yung steady, secure, and hopefully something that you can make work, diba?
Yeah, and always remember, guys, quote unquote, love is the only thing that you can divide. And while you divide it, it doesn't lose its value.
Oh, that's so nice, diba? So we'd like to ask all of our viewers right now. So if you are with a partner, even if you're not, where are you at right now? So kung single ka, asan ka ngayon? Where are you at right now? Emotionally, spiritually, mentally? And then if you are with a partner, for example, Sina Yael and Colleen, our friends who are tuned in right now, where were you? Saan kayo when you met your partner? Not location, physical location, but where?
Here.
Yeah, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What's the magic? Diba? So, ako yun nga, katulad ng minention ko, I wasn't super perfect or ready, but I felt like I know myself enough. I've been through a good amount of experience to be able to see you and know that I am equipped.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Since it is World Mental Health Day, right? It's okay to be like or feel like you're a work in progress. That doesn't mean people will love you any less. Or that doesn't mean you can love another person any less either.
That's
you know what I mean?
true.
So I think I put that in my OKC.
Yeah, work in progress. You were looking for someone who is a work in progress.
So another quotable quote that I want to share while we're on the topic of inner work or internal work is that you can only meet someone as deeply as you have met yourself.
Yeah, that's so nice. You can only meet someone as deeply as you have met yourself.
Yeah, so, no, tama yung sinabi ng isang comment kanina about you having a relationship with yourself, getting to know yourself as well, giving yourself that self-love. So, guys, there's so much love that you could put out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be towards another person. Sometimes all you need to do is just look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then, ask yourself the question that I posed earlier, what can I do today to make your day better today?
Yeah.
Instead, you're looking at the fucking mirror,
Yeah. So Yael shared, I was at the point that I said, I'm okay even if I was single. I mean, if I could meet someone, then that's a bonus. But I was okay on my own with my life and my friends. Diba? I think when I've always believed kasi, alam mo naman ako, very law of attraction, universe thing.
Yeah, Abraham. Man.
So sa akin, when you ask from a place of needing, hindi mismatch siya ng vibration because you're so focused on the lack of something, right? You're so focused in the absence of the relationship, right? But when you find a way, ang mindset ko kasi palagi is, why do I want a relationship? It's because I want to feel happy. It's because I feel like I will be happy, when I find it. And I feel like I can be happy now. So I need to find a way to be happy at this moment with or without that relationship.
That's right.
So, mahirap pero kaya. Saka masaya din siya.
Exactly. It's just I think what I learned from all of your universal wisdom.
Universal.
Yeah, what I learned from all that, all those vibrations and
law of attraction,
cosmic fucking energy and shit. You know what I mean? One thing that actually helped me to talk to M was that I learned to speak her language.
Yeah.
So I started using the cosmic language.
Yeah, more universe.
Yeah, exactly. So I started talking in terms of vibrations and energy and all of that. And I think one thing that you could really do to make yourself happy right now is just going back to what I said earlier, what can I do to make your day better? Just ask yourself that question. Really. Part of the Ace Your Act with Alex segment, if you want to, if I know I said it out there that you should ask that to your partner or your potential match. Who says you can't ask it for yourself?
Yeah, that's true. And I would like to ask, for example, if you have, for all our listeners, if you still have, stuff to share, kung nasaan kayo at that moment or right now, where do you feel you're at right now? How ready are you? If you're single, pray ka, Lord, sana bigyan mo na ako ng jowa, please. I'm so jowa bot.
Maybe install OKC.
Pero pag binigay ba ni Lord, ready ka ba? Diba? Yun yung minsan kailangan mo tanongin eh.
That's
pag
true.
minsan na, ready ka ba? Can you recognize it?
This is not on the podcast, guys, but one of my pet peeves where, for example, when I was still on a dating app and I was I was swiping around, and I would see on a profile where they would be like, I want a man who's got his shit together. I want a man who's got a vision for himself. I want a man this and that, got all this and that. But then when they finally get it, and then what?
They wouldn't know what to do.
They wouldn't know what to fucking do about it. I've experienced that a lot of times. Now, I don't want you to feel like I'm being all that or anything. But I did put myself in a position where, I do have all my shit together. I can take care of myself. Therefore, I'm capable of taking care of another person.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. And then when you finally get that, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
be careful what you ask for as well.
True. My friend, April. Every time she's maganda, she's a quality woman, so to speak, and every time that, say, the universe or God brings her a person na potential, and then she realizes that, oh shit, I'm not ready. Alam mo yun, parang theoretically you feel like you're ready, pero pag nandyan na, minsan parang wait lang.
You choke.
Wait lang, diba? So I think it's important to understand really
what you're
asking for, and while you're asking for it, do the work. Ready yourself, diba? As best as you can, of course. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to my friend lang. Hi, Sean. Yeah, my good friend. Yay. Okay, so if you guys have more thoughts on this, would love to hear your thoughts. Of course, maybe we would do an entire episode on this.
Yeah, this feels like an entire episode already.
Grabe.
One thing that I love about the LoveStream is that we're not limited to 35, 40 minutes. In the podcast, Stories After Swipe Right, Em and I made a commitment to limit ourselves between 30, 35, 40 minutes. Yeah. That's it. Okay, so here, we can just talk and talk all day, actually, if we could, But can we share to our listeners right now, our viewers right now, so next podcast, our viewers right now, what the other, what our, yung mga nagbigay ng testimonials, what they did so that they could get featured here.
Yeah, so you can just send us a message on our socials, Instagram, Facebook.
Instagram, I think we got a few there.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook. Share your stories with us. So, I have a question for you. If you have feel free to take some time to think about it. Top 3 tips or advice to someone who, who really wants to find the one, or like want to get ready, want to be there, and let the universe work its magic. Top 3. What do you think? And for all our viewers, if you have your top 3 tips as well, especially the ones who
Please
are in a
share them.
relationship, please share with them. We're happy to share it with all of our viewers as well.
Okay, top of mind. Number 1, you're looking for the one. Question is, can you be the one for someone else?
Yes, sobrang
Are you doing
totoo!
that fucking work within yourself to be the one for someone else? If you look in the mirror, I can be the one for someone else right now. Can you confidently say that to yourself?
Yeah. Sorry, can I quickly butt in? I have an exercise. Exercise talaga, Kasi nga, we do pala a little bit of relationship coaching if you guys are interested in that. Okay. I have an exercise that I do sa mga friends who are looking for an advice. Kunwari, a single friend of mine would say, ano ba, ganyan, hindi ko talaga siya mahanap or whatever. Lagi ko sinasabi, sige, okay, this person that you want to be with, imaginein mo siya. What does he look like? What does he do? How is he as a person? What are his hobbies? Ano mga gusto niya in life? Okay, so na-imagine mo na, diba? Do you think this person is looking for someone like you?
That's a good one.
Diba?
That's a good one.
Kasi sometimes we feel like, I'm looking for this and this and this and this.
But are they looking for us?
Exactly.
Yeah,
are
that's
you
a
the
good one.
kind of person that they are looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Diba? So it's worth taking some time to think about, diba? Parang ako ba yung tipo ng taong hinahanap ng ideal guy or ideal girl ko?
That's right. And how do I position myself to?
And if I'm not,
be found.
Yeah, and if I'm not, what can I do?
That's right. Actually, the second thing that I was gonna say relates to what you just said. Is to narrow your shit down, man. I mean, if you say the one, what kind? What are you talking about? All right, how can you be more specific about that? Okay, yeah. What does he look like? Where can I find her? What age group? You know what I mean? What job? What all of that as narrow as you could possibly be. And the last piece of advice that I would give, position yourself to be found.
Position yourself to be found.
If you're doing it organically, traditionally, I think it's safe to use the word traditionally now, you're actually limiting yourself. Because there are quality guys, quality women out there that are on dating apps.
I was about to say,
that are on dating apps who's got their shit together, who have success stories, as we have shown to you today, right? Hey, what's up, Roz? Good to see you.
Hi, Roz. Oh, ganda ng tip ni Roz. Be genuine and authentic.
Definitely. Don't fucking lie, man.
Ganda.
Exactly.
Totoo yan. Kasi,
don't be fake.
That's the only way to know and to find a match. Okay? If you will, sabi nga nung, I remember I was just 20-ish. Bata pa. 21, 20. I was in my first few years in the corporate industry. So I'm the youngest trainer kasi dun sa company ko. So, close ako dun sa training group. And then they're more mature than I am, 38, ganyan, 37. So some of them are separated, divorcee, ganyan. So we had a chat, a little bit of a chat. Sabi ng two friends, two trainees, hindi na daw uso yung best foot forward. Sabi nila, you have to show them the good and the bad para makita nila talaga. Have to be as authentic as you can be para malaman mo kung carry ba nila. Kung kaya ba nila, if they're gonna like
That's
you.
Amazing. That's a good point.
Hindi na daw uso yung best foot forward kapag ka mas mature ka na. When I 20 pa lang ako noon. So that was the first time I heard it. I was like, oh nga no, tama, totoo.
So in hindsight, it's actually making more sense now.
Yeah. Ross is actually correct. He was saying that you have to be genuine, be authentic, because how else are you gonna, find someone who matches you?
To be vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. You know,
It's
in which
nice.
case you need to watch more Brene Brown.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Power of Vulnerability, is it?
Yeah, oo. Sige, so si Yael
Oh, that's a
shared
long one.
another thing. I used to joke about how my perfect guy was a divorced dad, okay?
Oh,
Because
shit.
they would understand that my priorities are different from regular single girls, okay? Because they've been married before, they'd have a more realistic view of marriage, okay? Little did I know the universe was listening to Universe. I love you. Was listening to me. Sorry, I don't need a Prince Charming. Was listening to the I don't need a Prince Charming. I need the battered, tarnished knight who wasn't thinking I was a damsel in distress.
There you go.
Oh
I think
my
I shared a
God.
quote the first time we did a live stream about this. Okay, I think it went something like this. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but it goes a little something like, "A knight in shining armor is a man who has never had his metal truly tested."
True.
So one more time for you. A knight in shining armor is a man who has never had his metal truly tested.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you for sharing that, Yael. I feel like totoo yun. Sobrang totoo na they need to see the good and the bad. Hey, si Ricky
Hey,
yung
that's
husband
right.
niya.
That's you, man.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God, this is. Thank you for being here today, you guys. We appreciate it so much, right? And I know Ricky doesn't speak Tagalog, but hopefully he understands a good amount of it. Yeah, okay.
We need to have those subtitles.
I know, right? Okay, so Ross said, don't be afraid of your vulnerability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It was scary at first, for example, when we got together at first, it was so scary to show you my insecurities, to show you the parts of me that I'm still working on. But at the end of the day, I want to know if you can stick around for me to be able to say work on these
And
things.
and it's not like I wasn't working on my own shit either.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I was also a work in progress as well.
Yeah. Iyak ako. Ang galing. Ang ganda lang. Iyakin ako talaga.
For the past 2 years.
I know. Yeah, so ako naman, my top 3 advice, probably. And again, medyo geared towards women empowerment.
For
Kasi
sure.
alam mo naman ako, di ba? One, for me, is, don't wait around. Don't wait around. For a guy or for anything in life, don't wait around. Okay? Why do I say don't wait around? Because no matter what, life will move forward. Okay? Single ka, may relationship ka, dating ka, life will move forward. And do you want to be left behind? Do you want to be left there just waiting for, say, this person to come and be your jowa or whatever?
It's a very traditional mindset.
So, to me, as a woman, hindi ko talaga practice yun na parang nag-wait around. Sometimes it's tempting na parang, but I want him. Siya lang yung gusto ko. He's the one I want. Right? But sister, if he doesn't want you, then you might as well move forward. Diba? It's not, no one, for me, no one ever is worth, losing your sanity for, worth really, ano yan, ba't ganyan yung smirk mo?
No, sorry, I just wrote down a potential topic for the podcast. Is
Diba?
what scenario could it be good to actually wait?
Maganda. Oo. Alam mo, I think that's to me, sinabi ko yan, diba? It's a blessing and a curse for me, yung detachment mindset. Diba?
Yeah,
Kasi,
you did.
ganun kasi ako eh. Parang kaya ko mag-drop talaga. It's a good thing and a bad thing as well. Pero to me, yung advice ko, don't wait around just because, not from a position of spite. Na parang, hindi ako maghintay sa'yo, bala ka dyan. Not from that position, but from a position of, hey, the world is my oyster. I can do so many things. So I want to take this time to explore. I want to take this time to really have fun, get to know myself, accomplish what I want to
You
accomplish.
don't have to wait in game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is similar to you. Be open, put yourself out there, but at the same time, right? Know how to manage your expectations.
That's a good one.
Okay?
That's a good
Yun
one.
nga, ang mga girls kasi, sorry for like stereotyping, but say most of the friends that I know, ayan na lang, to be specific, we're into fairy tale love stories. Boy meets girl, girl falls in love, and they live happily ever after. But it doesn't usually happen like that. Diba? Maraming kwento in between.
Mhm.
And so, let's not, position ourselves in a way na we're fighting for something that is not working out.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang minsan kasi, ang nangyayari, we want it to work so bad that even if obviously it's not gonna work or it's not healthy or it's not
we end up
tama.
sacrificing some things that we shouldn't be sacrificing.
Yeah, especially our dignity. That's my favorite. Parang if you end up sacrificing your dignity, yourself, your personality,
Yeah.
then is it actually really worth it? Maybe not. Right? So manage your expectations. It's a colorful world. I wouldn't say that it's a terrible, the dating game is terrible or that it's dark and it's nasty and maraming heartbreak, ganyan. But it's colorful. I wouldn't say it's all good. I wouldn't say it's all bad. Right? So just manage your expectations.
Be realistic about it. Even if you weren't on a dating app, nothing's all good anyway.
Yeah.
It's still colorful anyway.
Oh, diba? Yeah. And then my final tip or advice probably is learn how to be happy on your own. Okay?
Yeah.
I've always believed that the best relationships are two people who are happy on their own, they're okay on their own, and harmoniously they come together.
Two happy people coming together.
Yeah. Diba? Wouldn't it be nice to be in a blissful place and find somebody who's in that place as well and you come together?
Or at least
bliss.
knowing how to make yourself happy
Yeah.
without the other person.
Yeah, exactly. Diba? Of course, the world isn't just rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound naive as well.
To be realistic.
But you know what I mean? Yung parang you're okay. You know how to manage your negative emotions.
Yeah.
You know how to sit down with these heartbreaks, with these, sorrows and troubles. At the same time, you don't need anybody to fill the void because you're okay to do it on your own, but at the same time, you'd want to share it with someone.
Mhm.
Right? So, yun lang eh.
I think I need to work on that, actually.
Bakit? Tell me about it.
Your main feedback sa akin.
May feedback sa'yo pala sa relationship.
Of course. That's how we improve. Diba? I am a certified stress management coach.
Yeah.
I can manage stress. I talk about stress management all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I do it to myself all the time too. My job can be pretty stressful. Stress is something that I experience a few times a week. And I'm less open about it to M. Simply because I can handle it. But it's also at the same time, she wants me to be open to her about it. So yeah, that's something that I need to work on as well.
Yeah, I think we talked about it in the last live stream. Sabi ko, di ba, parang you have to give your partner an opportunity. Even if you can manage your sadness, your stress, your worry, show them, tell them, be transparent to them when you're not at your best self because you need to give them an opportunity to show up for you. You give them a fair chance to be a supportive partner for you. Even if hindi nila kaya i-resolve or, wala talaga nang magagawa.
Yeah,
right?
so
just give them that opportunity.
I think the lesson here is to be interdependent and not so much as or so far as independent.
Yeah,
for interdependence.
I read some a post going around from Rising Woman on Instagram. Ultra independence is also a trauma response. Ultra independence, yung sobrang taas ng walls mo, diba? Okay.
Can be.
Yeah. So si Yael again shared, unlike what Jerry Maguire said, it's not a you complete me. Yes, classic movie lang. You complete me. It should be you compliment me.
Yeah, exactly.
Make
I
me
agree.
the best version of me.
I agree.
Ganda,
I
diba? You can, a person should be a bonus, should add color to your life, not be the, sabi nga, ito na naman, Abraham Hicks na naman ako, sorry but sabi nila, your relationships should be a reflection of your vibration, or say of your overall, ano bang layman's term ng vibration, state. Ayan, state. Okay,
Emotional state.
Emotional state. Your relationships should be a reflection of your state, not the reason for it.
Yeah.
Diba? So dapat
That's
ma-reflect mo, if you're happy, it's because you're happy, therefore your relationship absorb that. Not because nagiging happy ka because of your relationship. It's the other way around. From you first, going out.
Yeah. So it's all about the inner work, guys. All about the internal work here.
Cute nila, oh. He's so smart. They're so cute. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much a wrap up.
Yeah, sobrang ganda.
Right?
Yeah. But also, thank you everybody for being with us today. Thank you for just sitting down with us, kasi the LoveStream is really just about kwentuhan, just a story time, session, chikahan. It's not formal. We're just here to talk about random
We want
stuff.
to interact and once again connect with you guys.
Yeah,
we want to be able to talk about things that are hard to talk about, and like what Em said earlier, to be able to normalize some of the online dating taboos going on in our country or even in the world today through the LoveStream. So we really appreciate you for joining us, guys. If you want to hear more, be sure to visit our podcast on Spotify at Stories After Swipe Right. There are 2 episodes of season 1 there now, and the pilot episode, making it 3 episodes in total that you can listen to over the weekend. You can expect our 3rd episode. I believe I think we're releasing it next week.
Yeah.
So here you go. Some announcement. We'll be releasing episode 3 next week. So if you haven't followed our socials yet, be sure to follow us now: Facebook, Instagram, to get more announcements on episode 3 as well. Okay, guys?
Yes. So the entire season 1, is all about the first few stages of online dating. Diba? So just before you get into a relationship, what is it like sa online dating when you've just joined, or what do you need to look out for? How should you carry yourself? What are the things to watch out for? So we had episode 1, again, what makes you swipe right, and then episode 2, LGBTQ edition. We'll also have mga first date stories.
Yeah, especially, we're gonna relate it to what's going on now.
To the pandemic. Paano ba mag-date pag lockdown?
So, the way we're gonna curate that, guys, is season 1, it's all about that sparkly beginning.
Yeah.
And then
the honeymoon stage.
Yeah, the honeymoon stage. And in season 2, it's all about getting serious now. Relationships and, couples and all of that. So we really want to curate it in such a way where it feels like a journey. So we hope you guys will join us in that journey as well.
Yeah. So we have first dates, maybe a little bit of online dating horror stories, diba?
Yeah. Other than success stories.
Yung mga bloopers, mga horror stories sa online dating. And again, if you have stories to share with us, feel free to send them sa Instagram namin and our Facebook, because
it's as simple as that.
Always fun to read your stories, right?
Of course. We don't necessarily have to feature it if you guys don't want us to, but if you just need, someone to talk to about it, someone to share it to, then that's us.
Yeah, that's absolutely us.
Okay. Yeah.
I have enjoyed this wonderful episode. We'd like to really give a shout out to Yael and Ricky. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it so much. We love, sharing your story. We love hearing your story. And to Colleen as well, who shared her story with us, and to Roma, and to all of our friends who are here with us today. See you guys. Get my friends. Yay! Thank you. So follow us on Spotify. Okay, we are at Stories After.
At Stories After Swipe Right, guys. So we'll see you on the next Love Stream at the end of this month. Yeah. So it's Halloween month. We should talk about ghosting maybe on the next Love Stream, right?
Hindi, ano ba yung sabi na, hindi porque Halloween, mag-ghosting ka na.
Yan. Good topic. Looking forward to that, guys. So
yeah, so many new things. Yeah, so many fun things.
Again soon, okay? Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, again. We'll release our episode 3 next weekend. Watch out for that. Hit that follow button on Spotify. Stories After Swipe Right. My name is Em.
I'm Alex.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.